Good evening, everyone. My name is Sanket, and I'll be your host from Quill Audits tonight. Today, we have a very interesting topic at hand to discuss in this Twitter space. The topic of the day is crypto winter and investor strategy. Without further ado, I think I will introduce myself. I will introduce myself and I will introduce our speakers that have taken their time out to help us understand the concept of crypto winter. So, I am currently a product manager at Quill Audits, which is a leading cybersecurity and smart contract audit firm. My role at Quill Audits is to create automated smart contract cybersecurity products. I've been working here for quite some time now, and I feel really happy that I'm able to host this Twitter space with such esteemed speakers. So, firstly, I would like to introduce Atulya. Atulya is the co-founder of BayuCoin, which is a leading crypto exchange and wallet founded in 2016. So, Atulya, I would love for you to go ahead and just give a very brief introduction about what you do at the company and how you guys work and how you've been into crypto.
Hey guys, thank you for the introduction. Yeah, happy to join on this interesting podcast. So I'm Atulya. I'm one of the co-founder of the company called BayuCoin. We are a cryptocurrency exchange. We allow people to buy and sell basically all sorts of crypto assets on our platform, and we have been here since 2017, based in Delhi. Happy to meet you guys. So anytime you guys come across the city. So that's about it. I think yeah, crypto revolution must go on. Yeah, I think we could go ahead with the. I mean, are we starting the question right now? Hello, guys. Am I audible?
Okay, you're audible.
Yes,
Sorry,
you
I
are.
was on mute. So sorry. So moving on, I would like to introduce Ravinder, who manages a personal portfolio of different cryptocurrencies, analyzing trading strategies, and is now the founder at the Indian Crypto Professor, where his ultimate goal is to educate the world about crypto. So Ravinder, please go ahead and give a brief introduction about what you do and how your mission is relevant to Web3.
Sure. Thank you, Saket, for such a warm introduction. So, guys, myself, Ravinder. So, what right now I'm trying to do is I am actually working with a coin cover. So, I'm working with a like coin cover is basically a media platform, research platform, you can say that. So, my profile here is actually right now I'm allowed to bring out the proposal of business and content development. Bring out my journey from here. I started my this crypto space journey from last 2019, and after that, from the last 2 years, I've been involved in a like, couple of projects where it's come to like crypto payments and to understand how the crypto payment solutions work. I've been started working for a bootstrap startup that is a bit, but we're also that's how I get to engage with all the community managers or the person throughout this country, right? So right now, as the Sakin mentioned, I'm working on like a newsletter over LinkedIn. That is a like Indian crypto professor. So my core, you can say my core values for that newsletter is that to provide the better content in terms of blog articles throughout the LinkedIn audience. So that's what I'm working on. Apart from this, I am just here to deliver my part of the knowledge to the listeners. Yeah, that's it from my end.
Thank you, Ravinder, for that introduction. We also have Dhananjay as a speaker. So, Dhananjay is the marketing lead at Blockchain Council, which is a very well known group of blockchain experts who offer online blockchain certifications and training to blockchain enthusiasts all over the globe. So, I think Dhananjay is having some technical issues. So, we can go on with the questions. So, I mean, we've seen the 2008 meltdown, we've seen the dollar melting down, we've seen bailouts, we've seen the economic winter, we've seen the pound shift 5% in a single day. But what is the crypto winter? Probably this is the first time, or I don't know if we've heard this term before. But Atulya, I would like to ask you first, what do you think is the crypto winter?
I mean, you can see crypto winter all around you right now, and I also believe that is just a matter of perspective. Maybe the term crypto winter wasn't around there, but exactly I saw this as a first hand witness during like the 2018 crash, of the markets, and
Hmm.
especially India, because of that whole blanket ban over crypto and banking related services and all that. So that RBI circular that was announced. So I mean, it goes on in cycle and happens every like 2 3 years, 4 years. So I mean, nothing new, but yeah, every time I see it, I see the same type of scaremongering and all sort of things happening. But the special, what remains special to see is what kind of black swan events or what kind of major events we see. Last time we saw the whole ICO ecosystem falling down, crashing down, and because it was the hype that was taking all sort of things up and sort of very hazardous and very unreal manner. So that was that sort of bubble that broke up during that time and or burst, if you would call you if you call that. I mean, besides that, during this time we saw stablecoin UST and recently FTX and all that SPF mess that's happening right now. Even Binance has been pulled in. So I mean, these are the sort of things that we will remember and we have to take the lessons from. So I mean, nothing new, but yeah, every time we will get new lessons and we will get to see new, more mature sort of smart innovations happen.
Understood. So, I mean, do you also feel that something good also comes out of this? Because, when something falls, then something new rises from, I mean, so for example, when the League of Nations collapsed back in the 19th
Yeah,
century.
I see. Absolutely, of course, it is all for the good. I mean, if you
Hmm.
take a long term view, it's for the good. But I'm sure like, people who have millions of dollars or hundreds
Yeah.
of thousands of dollars in FTX or some other Voyager or somewhere else, they wouldn't be very happy. They wouldn't be. That's not a good thing for them, and that's very unfortunate and very it's a very empathetic situation. But yeah, I mean, in the long term, for the as far as the industry perspective go, as far as the bird's eye go, because that's how every market has come to existence before it. And you're bound to have a lot of these challenges happening when there's a whole sort of open source ecosystem, and these things are bound to happen because human greed always comes in. So I mean, in the long term, yeah, good thing, but right now, I mean, it's very disastrous,
Hmm.
catastrophic.
Yes, I understand. So, Ravinder, you've also been, managing a huge portfolio of personal crypto also. So, what are your views on this crypto winter, and how exactly is it affecting investor behavior and so on and so forth?
No, to be very honest, like you guys or anyone actually right now ask someone to like what your portfolio is, they will just simply spell out that I'm in a loss, right? I'm in a
Hmm.
10%, 20%, and most probably they will say that like 60 or 70% in a loss. But what I believe is that right now, to being in a this bullish, like bearish market, we have to be stay calm, right? There is a good days and the bad days also. So right now, if we are doing like going through from the bad days, a good day will come up. So what
Hmm.
the point to be remember, which I think that right now a trader or a portfolio manager or portfolio, anyone who is actually willing to do a like to portfolio builder, they one need to understand that there's a time can run away, right? So we have to be focused, not focused about a spot trading or day trading right now. We have
Hmm.
to be more focused about the volume and all that stuff so that the volatility of the market can actually give you the better understanding how you want to build that.
Hmm.
Right now, if you talk about the FTX and all that cryptocurrencies that actually depart from the like you can say a burn up, there is a reason of short term market, right? Market actually short up, right? So we have to be reevaluated that existing investing strategies. We have to be core focused. Moreover, we need to be try to understand how the basic synergies work, how the utilities of the tokens actually work. So once we understand on a basic level, we will be more fundamentally analyze more strategies on that. Yeah, that's it from my end.
Yeah, that's a very interesting take on how the investor behavior is right now. But another thing I would like to understand is what are the different elements probably. I mean, as you mentioned, a lot of different, as Atulya also mentioned in 2018, the ICO collapse was there, and now you could see the Luna, and then this tax thing that reduced volumes on WazirX and everything, and then FTX and Three Arrows and everything. So is there a pattern, or I mean, how does a crypto winter come about, or exactly what are the contributing elements to a crypto winter? Dhananjay, if you have a perspective on that, would love to hear from you.
Yeah. Hi guys. So for the crypto winter, there are some of the elements like the if you like one of the main element will be the economic downturn, right? As we
Hmm.
know that currently big downturn in the in the stock markets, in the whole, you can say, the Web3 space. If I talk about our own industry, the whole Web3 space is being affected because of this economic downturn, the market speculation, different, you can say, companies or projects being demotivated because what happened with FTX. And before FTX, the incident with the Luna, there were very, you can say, good projects that are also facing these issues, like building trust with the community, because Web3 is totally dependent on a community. We have a very short community right now. They are very, like a small group of people who believe in the cryptocurrency blockchain space, right? Because also because of the regulation and stuff, being one of the major, you can say, affecting areas. And because of all these, the economic downturn, speculations, security breaches happening with different projects, different companies, the uncertainty with the regulation, so all of these have like made this crypto winter, like we faced a short beer run in the, you can say, 2021 itself. It was not of a long period, like a 2 3 week, right? It was a very short beer run. But when we talk about crypto winter, we are thinking of it in a prolonged manner. Like it's gonna like stay for like a quarter. It can, like, we have done our strategies. Like I have some of my friends who do strategies and build their trading charts and stuff, and they have made some of the, you can say, prediction that in February we might see some good movements in the market, but the crypto winter is gonna like stay, I think, for a long term.
But
Yeah.
what makes you say that the crypto winter is going to stay for a long time? Is there are there some key markers? And this is a question to everyone, I think Ravinder and Atulya as well. That, I mean, I've heard a lot of people say that, the crypto winter is going to last for a long time. So, I mean, what is the reason for saying something like this?
Okay. So for the long term and stuff, right now, if we talk about the previous year, right, the whole year, right, we
Hmm.
have seen like a constant that has been a waterfall kind of a, like a market, like it's been going down and down and down, right? Now I think it is very, you can say, minute difference. Like it has been stable for a very minute time, but still it's still in the waterfall mode. And there has been a lot of cases, like we have seen Luna, we have seen FTX. There are other projects in the starting of January itself, like there were some projects that got stuck with these kind of speculation. The And I think XRP is somewhat stuck from, I think, past so many years. But yes, building trust is what is, I think, is will be very crucial at this point, right? So a lot of people, a lot of traders, right, they have lost their trust over the value of a cryptocurrency. They invested in Bitcoin, Ethereum
Hmm.
from the start of the, you can say, the bear run in the March 2020. Yeah, you can say that from the March 2020, when we heard the news that Supreme Court gave us a green signal that Indians can trade in the cryptocurrency and stuff. We saw we saw gradual increase in the trading volumes. New players came into the market with with the trading platforms and stuff. But we built we like I've also worked with many companies. We built a good repo of cryptocurrency. We told them about that. Do your own research. Don't get stuck with, you can say, spammy projects, spammy wallets, right? And now we are at a point that when the market went down, right, and a lot of bad projects came into picture, and the investor, the whole economy of the cryptocurrency, or the whole economy of the Web3 space, right, now faces a challenge of how to build trust again with all those investors, because we brought a very good, you can say, audience with us from the age of, you can say, from the 30 to 60 also. There were many people who always used to invest in stock only, mutual funds and stuff. They started trading with cryptocurrencies, but at this point of time, I still get calls, get WhatsApp messages that my money is lost and I will never trade in the cryptocurrency. That I know it's not gonna happen. As soon as the market is gonna go up, right, as soon as we are gonna build the you can say we are gonna, you can say, grow the economy better with the investment and stuff with new projects. I think metaverse and NFTs, even you can say different blockchain hardcore projects, right?
Hmm.
With the different, you can say, verticals, supply chain verticals, marketing verticals, and even you can say the fintech companies, the payment resolution companies, they are coming up with very good projects. But yeah, building trust again with all those investors that we have lost, it will take some time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Trust is a very important aspect, especially when it comes to cryptocurrencies. And so one thing that you mentioned, probably in 2021. So I mean, and I've heard this repeatedly a lot of times as well, that we had a beer run here, and I heard people say that Bitcoin will hit 100K a few months back, probably last year. This time also, they were like New Year's, it will hit 100K. I'm sure a lot of you must have heard the same.
In
So
December, I remember
yeah.
it was something that, like, it was kind of a, you can say, the whole trading strategy was dependent on it, that in December the Bitcoin is gonna go 100K.
Hmm. So, I mean, and I've heard that those months were the bear market, sorry, the bull market.
Bull
And
market.
yeah, and then suddenly a set of events triggered by a single event led to this particular bear market. And now we are in the crypto winter. So now, because of this flurry of terms that we have, different markets and crypto winters, it's become very difficult for new investors coming in to understand what is the scenario of the ecosystem at this point. So I would love for probably, I mean, Atulya, to clarify how is this economic, or sorry, crypto winter different from a traditional bear market? Yeah.
I mean, it's not actually like totally uncorrelated to what's happening in the traditional markets. I mean, since this year began, Elon Musk has lost most of his net worth, and most of the big S&P 500 companies have lost their values. So I mean, it's quite correlated. We expected, what crypto was created or Bitcoin was created when first envisioned. We didn't see much of that correlation happening, but once the market opens up, it always lead to very high correlation, because these are all risk based investments. So I mean, it's different in terms of what the maturity level of the market is. At this stage, crypto is basically is like the wild west of going through that wild west phase of like 1930s or 40s stock market, or even before that in European markets or something like that. So I mean, from my perspective, when we see about what's going to happen in crypto in like near future, or mid long term perspective, I mean, right now I think regulations will have to play a major role, because we can't expect sophisticated investors to jump in this trade after what's happened with the a lot of major
Companies.
got got into the mess of what's happened with FTX. So I mean, that sort of thing creates a stage for future. Either the market has to get on with the act, and have to really put up that stand, and do the right things, and at least have that sort of mentality where we are happy to work with sort of a good rule of the law. I mean, that if that doesn't happen, I mean, even the cryptos could have a major crash. I mean, even everybody's predicting another black swan event to happen. I mean, Dhananjay mentioned that like he's expecting long crypto winter. I mean, the length of the duration. I mean, that's up to speculation. That can't be derived any way or method. But I mean, the prices that are currently happening, and that are in the market, people are saying is the bottom. I mean, it's not the bottom. The bottom could be even further below. But what the upside is, we have to focus on the upside. And are we, as a technology, or are we as an industry, or are we as a community growing in that direction? Are we doing the right things? Are we doing the building the right foundation for that future success? It all depends on that, basically. I mean, the past can show you what the future is going to be about.
Hmm. Yeah, that sort of makes sense because, I mean, we had the same, as you mentioned, we had the same winter. I mean, this time it's been named as the winter, but you correctly mentioned that the same set of events sort of, same sort of events sort of happened in 2018 also, when the ICO ecosystem collapsed. And we can see these speculations again that it will hit bottom or it will hit top, and to be honest, nobody actually knows where it will go. So, I mean, I think Dhananjay clearly mentioned that trust is an important factor when it comes to crypto winter. And you, Atulya, also mentioned that, are we doing the right things? Is the community invested into, the projects, and are the projects actually having utility to gain something for the investors and the communities to gain something out of it? But are there any other causes or particular events that have triggered this crypto winter? And do you feel that in the future also, if we want to predict a crypto winter, because I was reading this book called The Dollar Meltdown. I haven't gotten to the end really, but I saw this chapter on how to predict a dollar meltdown or something like that sort of thing. And you also mentioned that we need to take some things from the past to see how we can improve upon it in the future. So if you could just shed some light on what are the causes of a crypto winter, and how can you probably predict something like this in the future as well?
I mean, since it's funny that you mentioned dollar meltdown, because I certainly believe that there's something very 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 compulsive about what's happening at the USDT token. I mean, if that goes down, if that turns out to be a total sham, that I mean, it can be, you're seeing from all that that has come out from that direction. I mean, if we see a USDT meltdown, we might expect worse crypto winter than that has ever been before, because it's basically the backbone or the oil running the whole ecosystem right now.
Hmm. Yeah.
But I certainly expect that not to happen, or at least before that happens, we as a community have moved on to much better stable coins, which have more stable reserves, and things like USDC and all that.
Yeah, I understand. So Ravinder, I would like to ask you as well, what do you think are the causes of this crypto winter, and how in the future, as Atulya mentioned, we should learn from our past mistakes? How do you feel in the future we can probably, just learn from our mistakes and predict a crypto winter and safeguard ourselves and invest, using strategies that allow us to protect our portfolio? And as Atulya again mentioned, and Dhananjay also mentioned, move on to better solutions so that the community has more faith and the community keeps on increasing and we keep on doing the right things. Okay. I think, yeah, Ravinder, please. Yeah. I mean, your voice is a little robotic, but I think Ravinder is having some technical issues. So I would like to direct this question to Dhananjay. If you could explore or help us understand the causes of this winter, and how probably we can use our past to explain better on.
Also, during this time, a lot of new people will come in. People are graduating every day, millions of people are graduating every day. I mean, they are finding new ways to find fulfilling careers. I mean, crypto blockchain or whatever area it encompasses has been a major attraction for a lot of these talented folks. I mean, that gives them the time to really understand, because it's very haphazard when it's happening at a rapid pace, but when it happens like that, it gives you a bird's eye perspective. I mean, so in that view, I see it's a good thing. But yeah, I mean, no, I would really prefer Bitcoin to be at 100K, of course.
I think anyone here would, to be honest. So Dhananjay, we did get Atulya's point of view over the advantages of crypto winter. But I mean, do you really think that there are some advantages that come alongside the crypto winter? Do you agree with his point of view that there will be new people coming in, and the average engagement of people on the websites also changes dynamically? So what is your view upon what actually comes out of a crypto winter? Is it something good, or is it the sign of the system eventually failing and crumbling down?
So I totally align on on a similar scale with Atulya, right? It's definitely gonna bring us good volumes in the future. The first thing that we see in as an investor in a crypto winter is that this is the time to invest, right? This is the time when the prices are low. It might get a little, you can say it might go a little more, right? But these are the times when you invest short amounts, very short amount of your portfolios, the whole and only that amount which you can say which you consider risk free, right? Apart from this, this is the time when a project a new project can enter into the space, right? Build a good audience, very small audience, but yeah, very good community, right? Trusted people to join its social campaigns, become their ambassadors and stuff. Build, they have time, right? There are no rush hours in the market. The market is not booming in itself. The total focus can be done on I think the development and style. I think the whole technology thing. I think even I can even just like align the same with Quill audits, right? Currently you might be getting some projects who are developing a lot of new you can say ideas into blockchain, cryptocurrency and stuff. And they are very, you can say, keen to develop a very good project. They are taking their time because they know when the market is gonna gain or momentum again, we are gonna definitely see the 100K Bitcoin. Yeah.
Yeah, totally agreed upon. But a very interesting thing you mentioned in one of your earlier answers as well, that you go to a person and you ask anyone in a crypto winter, or you ask anyone in a bear market run, and they will say that their portfolio is on a 20% loss or something of that sort. And another interesting thing you mentioned is, to that point, that people usually only invest the free amounts of funds that they have to avoid losses, and even if they do make a loss, it's not as painful. So, I mean, at this point, I mean, I still do consider that people are still making money in the beer market by investing. So, what do you feel are, Dhananjay, some of the tips or some things that you've seen your friends do, or probably you do, to manage their portfolios, or just to ensure that they can survive this crypto winter, even at a no loss, no profit, or probably even make a profit out of this crypto winter?
So even I suggest some of the strategies or trading tips with any one of you. Like, it's totally do your own research from the start of it, from the very beginning of the cryptocurrency itself. You have to do your own research. Like, you can't just believe in, like, if any article I read, right? If any prediction I read of Bitcoin, I even read predictions for shit coins as well, like what they are telling people, how they are creating the market for themselves, for just for understanding like what kind of content they are producing, just to bring the, you can say, trust into people to for their project, right? But in the end, if I talk about it, n number of strategies you apply, n number of, you can say, charts you can create, in the end you have to have your own sense of understanding, like what is the risk that I am capable of. So it's just simple as that. Apart from that, there are different projects out there in the market who are coming up. Right, there are new projects in the market. There are even if I talk about the POS of Ethereum itself, I think right now we don't. Everyone was hoping that the gas fees might be reduced in the Ethereum. We might see some difference in the transaction speed and stuff. But Ethereum came out with the update and told us that this is just the beginning, right? So it's still developing its project, that all of these things are going to happen, right? So there are still a lot of scope on these projects. You can just research about it, read about the white paper. The most important thing before investing in a new cryptocurrency is reading its white paper, seeing it how how well it is aligning with your risk, understand its tokenomics, like how are they generating the new cryptocurrency in the market, how they are going to balance the economy, if the supply demand is going to differ a lot, right? What happened with Luna, right? Everybody, once Luna doomed, right, everybody went directly like this. See, in their white paper this is written that this is what's going to happen. The person, many predict, you can say, trading strategies came out with it, but everybody was like, while the Luna was going up, while the people were making money, when they were investing and stuff, at that point of time, just not seeing the how the, you can say, the profit is coming out of cryptocurrency, see how it is running in this crypto winter. This is the time where you can invest a very little amount, very little amount, right? At, I think, in the previous year itself, let's just say 21, right? Some of my friends had a strategy of 50-25-25. It has been always like this, right? 50% we are gonna invest in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum and stuff. 20% we are gonna take risk on some of the good projects that are in the market like ADA, Polygon, then there was Solana and stuff, and other 25% was just to play. And currently, if I talk about it, only 25% of the whole investment amount is being inserted into cryptocurrency, and that too in very good projects. Because that is my bandwidth of risk that I can take, right? Because how the market is currently, the how the momentum is going. But yeah, I think for everyone else, they can look for different strategies around. They can ask for different experts, right? You can have your own experts. Just reach out to people in the Web3 space, right? There are different applications that have come out which tell you that this person has invested this amount of money. This is his strategy in the peer market. But in the end, don't invest just by looking at the prices, right? How much it has grown or how much it has gone down, right? Look past it. Look what the project really brings. It totally depends on the utility of a project, right? If I talk about like personal, if I talk about XRP is bringing utility through multiple, you can say, projects in the payment solutions, right? So I personally see, you can say, a benefit from it, right? In the long term it might bring some good values, but I can be wrong, right? That is my own research. So everybody else has to like do their own research in these manners. Yeah.
No, I think you're absolutely right because ever since investing in cryptocurrencies has started, hashtag DYOR has been trending on
Yeah.
Twitter forever. So, yeah, absolutely. Atulya, I would like to get your opinion still on the same, any tips from BioCoin for surviving this particular crypto winter, anything, any insights that you might have? Not asking for insider information, but,
there,
probably.
there is no insider information here. So yeah, I mean it's the basics. I mean you have to have a clear strategy. I mean why are you investing should be clear, and you shouldn't do like emotional decisions when it comes to investing. Like I would sell my house and buy all the bitcoins I can. That shouldn't be the mind. So that's the that's where we could start from. And once you have a head start and you have some good company and you are connected with in the community and hearing what people are saying, but making up your own mind about all of it. I mean that's the way to go, because I mean there is no like a perfect model where that you use this strategy and you will win. That's nothing like that. It comes down to a lot of experience. You will have might get your hands burned, your fingers burned, but in the end, if you are here for a reason, I mean you will find out the purpose very soon.
Understood. So, I mean, on that note only, I think we have very limited time left. So I would just like to take a closing note. I mean, firstly from Dhananjay on the final question that I have is, plenty of token-based initiatives have emerged to tap on the demand, but they often struggle to live up to the promises behind the initial, white paper, as you mentioned. I mean, so ultimately, the trust that you mentioned, is completely eroded from the ecosystem. So how does somebody neglect all of this? That so many projects come in and they're unable to deliver, and the investor at the end of the day loses almost always. So how do you neglect these things and still, have faith in the ecosystem and keep on investing and just keep on moving forward?
For me, like from I am very new to this industry. Started working with the whole Web3 or crypto space, I think in the March 2020 itself. It's not that long, right? So I have seen the different verticals from that point itself. The whole, you can say, the 2022 is gonna get behind us, right? We are gonna enter a new era, and I think we should always have like a positive attitude towards everything, right? I know what the scams are going on and stuff like that is happening, but it has given us good returns. Historical data speaks. So just have a mindset around it. Invest little, or
Hmm.
don't invest at all, but just be keen about it. Keep listening to different news. Just don't neglect the topic totally, so that whenever the opportunity is gonna come around, right? So you should be active at that moment, because if you're gonna neglect it now, you are definitely gonna like pass, like you're gonna be very away from that opportunity. Yeah.
Understood. Understood. Thank you for that closing note, Dhananjay. one final question for Atulya as well. That we've seen Biocorn coin do really well, and we would certainly love to know, as a final note from your end, that what are the advantages that this has over the other project.
I mean, like, what advantages Biocoin has over the other project? Is that the
Yeah,
question?
yeah.
See, it's a very multifaceted, because see, this industry that we have right now with crypto in India, across the globe, I mean, it's a whole set of tools and products and services, all lining up together to carry out a common goal. I mean, it's sort of a wealth creation opportunity, I mean, that arrives, I mean, like one or for a life, it's a sort of a lifetime sort of thing. That's what I think. That's my perspective on it is. I mean, so with that perspective, I don't see much in terms of like why we are better than the whole ecosystem. I mean, I see it as like, what better things that we can all do, to pace up the innovations, and take the things in the right direction. Be it the user protection, be it the wallet security, I mean, the user interface, or the experience, or the whole, the whole, anything that is on the brink of going mainstream doesn't happen because of one player. I mean, generally it doesn't happen like that. It has to be a lot of forces joining in for a common goal. I mean, there could be specific sector specific competitors that we see in like exchanges. I mean, there are a lot of exchanges, and we are all competing for users' attention, and for their trust. I mean, that's happening, but at the same time, we have the whole ecosystem of developers, and marketeers, and educators and influencers. All these people are working day in day out to carry this thing forward, and that's, I mean, that's where we see ourselves positioned in, as a company, or or my individual. I mean, so I mean, that's the basic goal, to take this to the mainstream, and to do it in the best way possible.
Understood. That's a very nice answer. Thank you, Atulya. Probably the message from this is that Web3 is not a zero-sum game where everyone is trying to claw the other opponent out. So we have a question from Garima for Atulya. So Atulya, Garima is asking you, what challenges are you currently facing either in technical operations, funding strategy front, and what are your plans, if possible, if you could share that?
The major challenges that any cryptocurrency company right now must be facing are mostly directed towards the operation bit of it. The banking services that for some days we have it, sometimes some days we don't, and that creates a lot of mistrust among the users, that we are not able to provide or we are not doing that. We are not providing that services, knowingly, or it's a decision from our end, but it's not. I mean, it's that the situation that we are in right now, it's sort of complicated. I mean, so regulations could play a really vital role in catalyzing this whole ecosystem. And besides that, the technical advantages or disadvantages that we have, if we refer to your question, is, I mean, the talent that we have in India is being poached outside of India very easily, because there is a lack of opportunities when we compare it to some places like the UK or the Switzerland or the US, or I mean, plethora of places where a lot of innovations are happening. Singapore drives a lot of talent. So I mean, the best of the talent gets, either the entrepreneurs are staying, or some people are just getting the experiences and moving out. So I mean, that's the trend I continue to see amongst the elite talents that we have. I mean, there's no lack of talent, but there's a lack of talent within the industry itself, that I have seen of, as far from what I've seen. And those are the current challenges that I can think of.
Understood, understood. Thank you for sharing that. I think Garima is also happy with that answer. So we have had a question from Abrar as well, and the question is for Dhananjay. Dhananjay, Abrar is asking you, how is DeFi applied for decentralized marketplaces? I mean, if you could shed some light on that, probably. Am I audible, guys? Hello.
Yeah, you're audible.
Dhananjay, I hope you heard the question.
Hello.
Yeah,
Can you repeat the question, please?
sure. So Abrar is asking you, how is DeFi applied for decentralized marketplaces?
How is DeFi applied for decentralized marketplaces? Okay. For the decentralized marketplaces, right? So DeFi is a broad term here, right? To apply it on a marketplace, you will have to look for different, like you will have to go for like a Coda kind of a thing, right? You can go for Coda, or even if you think there are different courses on, there are live trainings that can help you like exactly how you can build your the backend system for like the whole the block, choosing a blockchain system, the technology. Now there is also new, like Wiser is also there, right? You can go for Wiser, right? So Coda, Wiser are there, which you can apply to literally enter into that space. The whole decentral marketplaces, for you can go for off-chain wallets, you can go for cross-chain wallets and stuff. Yeah.
Understood. So thank you for answering that question. I think we have Shaurya, and I would like to invite him to ask a question if Shaurya, you're up for it, or anyone else who wants to ask a question to our guests, Agriya, Ashu, Pradeep, Zero X Dev, Garima, if you want to ask another question, if Hrideshwar, you want to ask a question, we would love to have you. You can also comment and ask a question if you're not comfortable speaking. I think we don't have any questions. Yeah, I think we don't have any questions. So I would like to thank you guys, Dhananjay and Atulya, and also Ravinder, who's left because of some technical issues, for sharing your knowledge around crypto winter and different strategies on what it is and how you can probably avoid it or sustain through it. It was a valuable experience, and we would love to set up a Twitter space again on some other topic and pick your brains around that as well. Thank you so much for taking time out to do this. Really appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.